Hello YouTube, this is Layout123 and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the Hornby Sentinel. This isn't the review of the Sentinel. I did one of them when I first started YouTube, but I ended up taking it down because I just didn't really like the way it turned out. But yeah, I mean, if you watch the round 1 of Shunter versus Shunter, you'll understand that the Sentinel really did struggle. And then in the review of the Bagnall Shunter I said how the Sentinel struggles. But after taking it to bits 3 times now, I've finally figured out how you can, if you're having this same problem as I am, sort it out. So the main problem for me was actually getting it to run, and that pretty much came down to what I thought originally was the tyres. I thought they were dirty, so I cleaned all of them, and after cleaning all of them, nope, still would sort of run stuttery across the track and wouldn't run that well. So then I went further and I took the whole thing to bits, oiled all the motor and serviced all the motor, put it all back together, and it didn't work. And at this point I thought I might as well just leave it. So then for probably 5 or 6 months I left it, and I saw Sentinels and other channels that were really working and really performing well, and I couldn't figure out why. I'd cleaned all the power pickups and everything, and then it got me thinking when I did the Shunter versus Shunter round 1 thing, is it really that good a model? And I started to doubt the Sentinel as a model, and I even sort of said that when I did the review of the Bagnall Shunter, that the Sentinel maybe isn't value for money, possibly, and then that put the seed of doubt in my mind. But now I've figured out why it's having the issue, and I think it's important now that we talk about that. So if I just turn it on its side again, you'll see how tiny these wheels are in comparison to any ordinary 040, and they are really tiny wheels, and you can just about see the sort of copper coloured parts in there. They're the power pickups. And what I ended up doing is I took all the wheels off again, and this time I got a ordinary screwdriver and bent all the power pickups up, so that when the wheels were pushed back in, there was resistance. They were pushing up against the wheels. And before, I think there was one, might have been on it was definitely on one of the sides that just wasn't quite connecting right, and it kept stopping and starting. The only way you could get it to run any good was going around at full pelt, and points, well, just forget about them. And I tried that, and ever since then it runs like an absolute dream. If you want to see how it ran before, I'm going to put some links down below to the Shunter versus Shunter videos, and you'll see that it just didn't like it really at all unless you put it round at full pelt. And yeah, I think it's time now that I did show you it running, and what it can do now in comparison to what it could do before is just, well, second to none. It's just unbelievable. And this is sort of a relatively slow speed, but it's just coping so much better now. Points, like they're not there anymore. I mean, it's just a completely different model. And I said in the original video with the Bagnall Shunter that it runs a lot better than the Sentinel, but now it's level pegging, and when it's level pegging, the Sentinel comes out on top for me as the one to buy. And for those of you who don't know what the Bagnall Shunter is, let me just show you what that is. And here's a little lineup you won't see every day. On the left we have an old Doc Shunter, the red number 5 one, and some of you will know that's a bit special, that one. Then we've got the, so I'm going to sort of, what I'm trying to say is that this is the oldest one. Then we had the 06s, which Hornby did quite a lot of different versions of them. Now the modern 040 is certainly this one, the Bagnall Shunter. They've done one of these so far, and I think they'll do a lot more of them. Also, that one is modelled on the Thomas the Tank Engine Dart model, and then we've also got, which I think is the real highest quality 040 on the market at the moment, the Hornby Sentinel, which was a strange train to do really, but it really has been popular. And if I just put the Hornby Sentinel up next to the Doc Shunter, you can see how times have changed, but they both have their positives and negatives. I'm not taking anything away from the Doc Shunter, and when I've spoken about it and reviewed it in other videos, you know that I do quite like the Doc Shunters. And that is pretty much it for today, guys, and that is me just sort of justifying that the Sentinel, yeah, it is a good model, and now that the problem and issues are sorted out with it, I can definitely give it a good score out of 10. I'm not going to in this video because I'm going to do a separate review at a later date, and this is just another quick thank you to everybody who's subscribed and all the people who are commenting on all of the videos. I really appreciate it. And I have to say, since I haven't done a video for 2 weeks, there's been a real sort of influx of subscribers, so everyone who has subscribed, thank you very much for that. And once again, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and see you all very soon. Bye bye, everybody.